Hello, Sarah of SEK Handmade here, and today I'm so excited to share with you how to create a V-stitch. I love this stitch because it creates a really gorgeous open texture that one is super easy to create. It uses only basic stitches, and two, because it creates a nice open fabric that's perfect for spring and summer and transition, that isn't too feminine. It's not lacy, it's just nice open texture. So I can't wait to share with you. Let's go. All right, I am so excited to share the V-stitch with you today, and that is these 3 stitches in the middle. I have been loving the V-stitch lately. Once you get rolling on it, it's such a quick and meditative stitch, and it's made with super simple stitches. So it does not take a lot of expertise to get this just perfect. I do want to encourage you, as I often do, this can be made in several different ways, and especially this starting row. So read your instructions very carefully, but the general idea of a V-stitch is the same. So one of the things I want to point out is that I have started this row making V-stitches with double crochets, and it could be made with half double crochets or even treble crochets if you wanted to. So if you're just practicing and having fun, it might be fun to go ahead and try a couple different sizes of stitch and see which one you like best. If you're working on a pattern, watch the instructions carefully. So to make your V-stitch, you're going to yarn over, and you're going to be working in the center of the V-stitch below, and I work mine around my chain. You could place your stitch in that center chain, but I find that finicky, and so it looks just lovely worked around that chain instead. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to insert my hook around the chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, and because I'm doing half or double crochets, pardon me, I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now to create that chain, after I've created my first double crochet, I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to make another double crochet in the chain space. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And I've ended my row just with another double crochet. When you do that, if you find that your pattern also does that, do make sure you're skipping the stitch of your second double crochet in your V of the row below, and that you're truly working in the last stitch of the row. And since I have double crochets, I'm going to work a double crochet into that final stitch. I am going to chain 1 and turn, and let's do a row of half double crochet V-stitches just to see. So I'm going to again work a half double crochet into that very first stitch of the row. I've just bookended my row of V-stitches with a single stitch. And then I'm going to create a V-stitch with a half double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to work around the central chain of my V-stitch below, and instead of making a double crochet, I'm going to make half double crochet. I'm going to again chain 1 so it doesn't change the structure. It's a stitch, a chain, and a stitch that creates the V. Yarn over, insert my hook back into the chain space again, yarn over, pull through, and then I'm just going to make another V-stitch around the chain of my next V-stitch. So yarn over, insert around the chain, yarn over, half double crochet, chain 1, and make my second stitch of the V-stitch. And then let's do one more to finish out that row, and then we can kind of compare what does a double crochet V-stitch look like versus a half double crochet V-stitch. We'll have a whole row. All right, again, you're going to skip the stitch of the last V-stitch side and work into the final stitch here if you are putting a stitch at the end of your row. And let's take a look. So you can see the change from a double crochet to a half double crochet. It affects both the height of the row, obviously, but you can see it kind of affects the open effect of the stitch. And I do recommend with the V-stitch and any other kind of lacy open stitch, it really does open up with a little blocking. So I do recommend with the V-stitch going ahead and blocking according to the yarn that you're using, of course, because different types of yarn require different kinds of blocking. But you may have some yarns that are nice and open. I worked with a really gorgeous cotton blend that did not need to be blocked. It just laid nice and open even without blocking. So try a swatch. That's always a great way to test out how your yarn will react before you make a whole big project and do it on there. So that is the V-stitch. And that is how you create the V-stitch. Thank you so much for watching my tutorial. I would love it if you would like this video and subscribe. It is always my goal to help you grow confidently in your craft. To do that, I would love it if you would check out the links below, subscribe to my email list so you don't miss out on anything SEK handmade related, and that you're in the loop for all my new patterns which are designed to teach and all my new videos. Thank you again for joining me and happy crafting!